Why are businesses struggling to implement social media marketing strategies? If social media is the golden ticket to business growth, why does it feel like you're running in circles, burning time, energy, and money for little to no return? You're told to post more, be everywhere, and focus on the likes, but none of that pays the bills. Today, we're going to pull back the curtains and reveal the myths that keep you on the social media hamster wheel. And we're going to reveal what platforms actually work when your goal is lead generation, not vanity metrics. Let's dive right in. So as we dive into this topic, one of the main questions that I want to address in this video is why social media feels like a full-time job but ends up bringing no returns in most cases. We're going to start out doing a rapid-fire myth busting, so let's go right to myth number one. Social media success equals posting every day on every platform. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why so many people get burned out is they think that this is true. They think that they've got to post everywhere and that more content is better. In fact, some of the most famous social media marketing experts like Gary Vaynerchuk, he preaches this, he's very loud about it. But even in his case, that's not how he became successful. He focused on one platform and he focused on it right. When that platform was successful, he then went on to a second platform. When that second platform was successful, then he started spamming the planet. I see a lot of burnout with the clients that I work with who are trying to be everywhere, who are trying to use every single social media platform. And when I helped them switch to search-based content, we actually started to get consistent leads coming in. Myth number two, if you're not getting leads, you're just not consistent enough. So consistency is important, but you can probably guess you've got to be consistent in doing the right things. So if you're just posting a ton of content and you think, well, I just can't miss a day, I've just got to keep going and eventually something's going to happen, it's okay to pause and take a step back and look at the content itself and see like what's working, what's not working. Myth number three, likes and shares indicate success. That all depends on what your goal is. If your goal is vanity metrics and your whole focus is, I want to see how many people I can get to like my content, or I want to see how many views my video can get. But I don't think that's your end goal. I think in your mind, you're equating that with success and financial success, with higher revenue. But here's the reality. A lot of times the videos that get the most views, they get the most likes and most shares, it's because they're entertaining. There's something in it that causes people to share it and causes it to go viral. And when things go viral, they're deviating away from your core audience anyway. So it's very common to have a video that gets 1 million or more views and not generate a single lead. But it's also very common to have a video that gets just 100 views to the right audience to generate 10 leads. Myth number four, build your brand and leads will come. Branding is fun. Branding makes you feel official, but the reality is it's a step that should come later down the road. You need to establish yourself, your services. You need to figure out who your target audience is. Now in your mind, you might be thinking, I already know all these things. I know who they are, but things are going to change as you actually get into the trenches. You start selling, you start making offers, you're going to tweak your pricing, you're going to tweak your packaging, you're going to actually tweak who your audience is, you're going to hone in on really who is your ideal customer. And the reality is your branding is going to evolve as well. So in the beginning, you want to look clean and professional in the quickest way possible, but your first focus needs to be on sales. Just have a conversation with somebody who's an ideal prospect, turn them into a customer, and that's going to be the biggest thing to move your business forward. Myth number five, you need to be everywhere to be relevant. Let's equate that to putting up a billboard on the highway so that everybody sees it. In fact, you're going to do multiple freeways, but compare that to finding a place where your ideal dream clients are and just focusing there. You're going to get way better results. It's going to be way more effective, and they're going to have a better experience. Instead of just pushing your content in front of everybody and annoying them, to have your dream clients search and find you when they are ready for it, and for them to not feel like they're being sold to. It's a much better experience. Let's talk about an attribute that a platform will have that will make a big difference in your ability to generate that type of lead. Okay, the feature is searchability. So if you post a piece of content on any platform, can people who've never heard of you before search by topic and find that piece of content. So whether it's a video or whether it's an article or image or anything like that, if people are interested in your area of expertise, if they're interested in the topic that you just wrote about or spoke about, can they search by that topic and find your article as the leading authority on that topic? So platform by platform, if we look at Facebook, you can't search by topic. If you look at LinkedIn, you cannot search by topic. Instagram, X, podcasts, like podcasts are so valuable, but you can't search by topic, which is so unfortunate. I'm hoping that these platforms will improve that, but so many of the major platforms like Facebook or LinkedIn, in my guess, it would take a complete overhaul of their system to incorporate a search engine like that, because YouTube was built that way from the foundation up. So that's why I talk about YouTube so much. You can put a video on YouTube on a subject relating to your expertise, and people can search by topic. They've never heard of you before, but they're gonna find your video. And this works so well that your videos show up on Google as well. And it's now showing up in ChatGPT and other AI tools. So on these other social platforms like Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, you post something, even something that does well and gets seen by more of your fans and your subscribers, it fizzles after 24 to 48 hours. So that's why with my Done For You service, we focus on content that is evergreen. We create content that continues to generate leads for months and many years down the road. Another reason why business owners are struggling with social media is they're trying to mimic content creators who are focused on audience growth, not lead generation. We'll just talk about YouTube. There are many YouTubers that are really focused on the audience growth, and that's not a bad thing for them because their goal is not lead generation. Their goal is ad revenue from YouTube. So their career is a YouTuber. They don't have a business behind it. But for somebody that has a business behind it, they can generate way more revenue than what anyone could make from ad revenue from YouTube. So there's just two different paths. And so if you're on a path of pulling in the exact target audience that's interested in your services, you want to follow that strategy versus finding somebody over on this path that has a different goal and trying to mimic what they're doing, even though it's more entertaining. So pay attention to this next point. Social media marketing doesn't work unless you can control what people find when they search for your topic. But think about how amazing that is if you can control that. So people are searching for your topic and you can control exactly what they find. You can curate that experience. And it can be an experience where they don't feel like they're being sold to, and yet there's this relationship of trust that's built. It's so important that that's why I regularly work with my clients to make sure that that exact thing is happening. When people are watching their videos, is it turning into leads in your business? Because tools like ChatGPT are so new, the industry is trying to figure out what can we do to get our content showing up in ChatGPT. And they're questioning, oh, maybe we should go all in on social media. Maybe that's what it is. But they're putting in a lot of effort for little results because, like we talked about, it's just not searchable. ChatGPT and other AI tools are looking for answers. They're looking for solutions. And so if we make content that provides those answers and gives those solutions, and then we put it in a place that is indexed, that's searchable. So that's why even the content that we filmed over the past decade, so a video filmed 10 years ago that followed my leaf strategy, we put that on YouTube, that video is ranking in ChatGPT today. What's the difference between being visible and being findable? I think that's a key thing to understand. If you're visible, you're being seen by a lot of people, like a billboard on the highway. But if you're findable, you might not be seen. You might not have as much visibility, but the people that are your dream clients, when they are searching and they can find you, that is the key. So if social media hasn't been delivering leads, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's the platforms that you've been told to trust. If you're ready to stop chasing visibility and start generating leads from social media, there is one strategy that works the best. It's called the Leaf Strategy. I'll link to another video right there. It's called the Leaf Strategy, how to rank #1 on YouTube. I'll see you there.